Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG that you might know as a leFhy or a leaf blower, but we know as Fifi La Pew Pew. Yes, because she does pew a lot at the enemy. This one is located at the north end of Mines and is under the command of 15JG52 Bayraktar. Game on! Well, he has got a rather long name, but I think the numbers at the start denote that he was actually in the US Armed Forces and was a specialist on tanks. At least I think so. And, well, I think the Bayraktar bit comes in because, of course, what's been going on in Ukraine. Now, the Fifi is the one of only 2 premium SPGs in the game. We wish there were more, but Wargaming doesn't seem to want the money. They don't seem to want to actually create more premium Arties. Well, mainly because the tank drivers would actually throw wobbly if they did. Oh, beautiful direct hit there on the Chinu. Yeah, tank drivers can't cope with Arty, you see, and the Chinu is down, but he got the damage assist off that. Now, you may wonder why I'm actually holding and controlling the camera, and that's because yes, the subject of our video has got this habit to pull back and adjust his aim, and it makes it difficult to follow the game sometimes. We can also see the enemy Arty in the background. Yep, they're way at the back. We can see the tracer coming out from them. Goes again for that heavy tank number 6, which is basically a Tiger by another name, because it was a Tiger. And there's the kill shot. So he's got his first kill of the game. Rounds out and the T-34 shielded, didn't hit it. Yes, it's often puzzled us why Wargaming won't actually put more premium Arties into the game. They put enough premium tanks into the game, and of course they want to try and sell them because of course they generate a vast amount of money from pixel tanks. But they've rarely done that with Arty. In fact, only 2 premium Arty. It's ridiculous, isn't it? The Sexton 1 and the Fifi. Rounds out, just missed the Skoda. Now the thing is, we've identified one Arty from each nation that they could put into the game as a premium. In fact, one Arty for each nation that does have Arty in the game, because of course there are a few nations that don't have any Arty yet at all, and yet they could have, because we've identified them. In fact, we did a long analysis of all the Arty that were in the game way back in 2017 when we started the group, or 2016 actually, we started the group. But we looked at every Arty that was potential for being a premium, and there were quite a few. Oh, he just killed the IKV-65-2. He's got his second kill of the game. In fact, there's some quite interesting Arties in there, some of which would be basically identified as a tank destroyer by any other name, because the SU-122 was in fact an Arty, an SPG, a self-propelled gun, and was used on the battlefield as indirect fire support. In fact, a lot of Soviet Arties or Soviet SPGs were Arty. That's what their job was. He's getting some lovely hits there. Oh, he just killed a T1 Heavy. He's got his 3rd kill. So we've identified a few. In fact, some of them are quite interesting because the M52, which is the American version, is basically the same as the M44, but it's got a turret instead of a gun on a swivel mount. It's the same chassis, the Walker Bulldog hull, but it's actually capable of having a turret with a 105mm gun. So it means that you could have vents on this little Arty, and with a 105mm, it's not going to be doing quite as much damage as an M44 or 152mm gun would do. And in fact, there were more M52s built than there were M44s, and that's an unusual factor, isn't it? That the M44 is in the game, but the M52 isn't, and yet they built more of them. Well, the game's going well at the moment because they're 2 up on the enemy. And oh, that tree went there, and that indicates somebody's in that position. We just saw the tracer coming up, and I think it's on that spot there, right up against the wall. And yes, he just killed the enemy Fifi. So he's just got another kill, 4 kills now. And there's still 5 enemy tanks out there. And he's got plenty of ammunition, so he really has been having a good game. He's noticed a couple of enemy tanks over the far side of the map, the east side. One in particular, ARL-44, has just managed to kill our T-67. Now, can he get a shot on this guy? He's dialed in fully, ready to go. Rounds out. Just missed him, but he did get some splash. Now, can he get another round in before the ARL makes it to the cliff? Well, somebody got a hit. No, didn't get another one in. And the ARL is now sitting at the bottom of the hill, waiting for anyone to come up. Okay, we're going to get moving. Yes, there were other Arty that we discovered as well that could actually be put into the game as premiums. So it wasn't just the American. There was also a German one, which is actually quite unusual. They built one model we know because there's actually a photograph of that Arty. It's based on the Hetzer. It's an open-topped vehicle. Looks like a Hetzer, but the roof is empty, so there's no roof there. And inside it is a Gorilla gun, so it's basically like a Gorilla, but mounted inside a Hetzer hull. Okay, he's just spotted that ARL-44 coming up the hill, trying to engage our guys. Missed on that shot, and he's getting a red line, which means there's probably a rock face or a wall in the way. Fires them round in. Oh, it's that rock there. Yeah, he needs to move a little further to the right, and he should be okay. In fact, actually, our IKV-103 has just killed the ARL-44, and he's out the game. So there's only 4 enemies left. One of those is an Arty. He's looking for it. It's the Gorilla. Looking for any tracer coming out of that corner. I suspect that he probably would have moved by now. And he might have gone over to the other side of that little corner. Our friends are actually firing in. Yes, he does that thing with the mouse. We have to stop him every now and then. Well, he fired one into that bush as well, just on the off chance that he's changed position. No, he's not getting any joy from that one at all. Okay, he's gone back to the corner again. I think he's a little further over. We'll see if Tracer comes out of that corner in a short while. The enemy are being very quiet. In fact, they're down to 3 now. The Gorilla has gone. He has been killed. Didn't see that kill go down. But they're looking for the M4A3 Easy 8, a 720 M4, and a Stug 3 Ausführung G. Oh, something hit something there, but I think, or was that the heat round making an expensive hole in the ground? I think it might have been that, and he's firing heat rounds in the hope of hitting something. He's down to 11 rounds of HE and 1 round of heat. Now he needs to be careful with the ammunition now, because he might need all of those rounds to make absolutely certain. And I'm going to stop him doing his bouncing outy thingy, because not everybody likes it. Okay, he's aiming in that corner. He's taking another look at that bush. I'm pretty certain somebody will be behind that bush. Well, the Easy 8 has been spotted, and he just managed to kill our 720 M41. So now Baral Bayraktar gets a chance. Oh, lovely hit, 152, but he's coming this way. Now, I don't think he actually needs to move right now, but he decided tactically to get to a better position. I think he's going to use that bush and see if he can see the enemy coming. He's got a view range of 390 meters, but that ridgeline is a lot closer than that, so he's not going to spot the enemy until he pops over that ridgeline, or unless one of his teammates spots the Easy 8 from a long way away. The Stug suddenly come into sight, and he's headed for the south side of the hill. Our T-34 shielded's going to be able to see him, but I'm not sure if he can actually hit that guy from here, seeing as he is very, very close to that cliff edge now. Yeah, that is blocking his shot. Stug is sitting next to the south end of the hill, just having a quick look to see if he can get a shot there. No sign of the Easy 8 yet. The IKV's decided to guard the south approach to the hill. That could make him vulnerable though to the Easy 8 if he's not careful. Oh no, we lost the T-34 shielded to the Stug 3, and he's now coming up the east side of the map. So the enemy are playing a very, very strong tactical game. We can see where the Stug was last spotted. He was over there, and that's the wreck of the T-34 shielded. He just knocked a tree down. He backed up there, and somebody hit something, and now we can't get a shot over the hill. And here comes the Easy 8. So he's going to have to shotgun this guy. Fires one in. Oh, yes! He takes him out with a direct hit. 259 hit points, very well done, and a shotgun, a manually aimed shotgun at that. Takes some skill to do that because you have to have a steady hand. Well, he's changing position now. The enemy's down to just one, the Semavente M4. We don't know where he is. The IKV's gone around the hill, he's gone to the north of it. I think he is hunting that M4, but the M4 could now come directly up the center of the map and he wouldn't see it. In fact, we'd be the first ones to see him. So he's going to hide right at the base of this rock here, because he's got the bushes in front of him. If the enemy comes right up the center and the IKV doesn't spot him, he might be the first one to see him. That was very well done on that Easy 8, because he did save his teammate in the other Fifi if he hadn't got it right. And there is the last one. He's hiding in the bush right at the base of the river. Can we get a shot in? Oh, a direct hit and a penetration, and the kill shot goes to the other Fifi, and that is the end of the game. The unfortunate thing about that game right at the end was he missed out on getting a top gun. If he'd actually penetrated and got a high roll, he would have got a top gun out of that game, but instead he didn't get that big hit. The damage he did to that guy was 417 hit points. He did pen him, but he didn't get a high roll, and therefore his fellow Fifi also got the kill with his next shot, and he missed out on a top gun. So very well played. It's an ace tanker game for 15 JG, 52 Bayraktar in the Fifi. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He ended up with 5, one short of getting a top gun, and 1/3 of the enemy team, as well as a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he managed to get, it says here, 16. So that's a huge number. He also managed to get a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points for his own vehicle, a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game overall, and a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And look at his win rate there, 10,419, a very good score indeed. Super Unicum and quite a bit more. He says, who's the boss? Lefty Ace with a bit more damage than artillery. Yep, he's the boss. Definitely. Let's have a look at the team score. 3,113 hit points to Bayraktar. Yep, the next highest scorer in the game was the ARL44 on the enemy team with only 1,959, so he didn't even break 2,000. And the third highest damage went to his fellow Arty artillery boss, who got 1,807. When it came to kills, he's got the top again with 5. He could have had a top gun if he got the high roll on that last shot. He didn't get it, I'm afraid. But he did get the highest number of kills. And the fellow Fifi also got the second highest number of kills with 4. 3 kills going to the IKV-103 and also to the Stugdrei, Aslains G and M4A3E8 on the enemy team, also got 3. When it came to base XP, he's got that one as well. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,377 went to Barao Bayraktar. 1,143 went to the artillery boss. And the third highest was the T-34 shielded with 774. He fired 43 rounds. So he only had 7 rounds left at the end of the game. 17 direct hits on the enemy. 4 penetrations, including that last shot. 20 splashes as well, 3,113 hit points of damage, of which 2,854 were at more than 300 meters. That close shot on the EZ8 was very close, less than 300 meters for sure. If we look at the pens to see if we can see which ones they are. Well, he didn't pen the heavy tank or the DS, or... Oh, he did penetrate the EZ8. It was a very good shot because he actually penetrated the guy and got a big hit, 411 off that one. He didn't penetrate the AMX. He didn't penetrate the ARL. He did penetrate the Semavente. That was the one right at the end of the game. The Skoda he didn't pen. The IKV he did pen, got one in there. And the T1 Heavy he didn't, but he did pen the enemy Fifi. The shot he fired, a blind shot at the corner of the map, based on where the tracer was coming from. So good shot indeed, and he penetrated the guy right through. He also damaged 11 of the enemy, killed 5 of them, and did 477 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 68,846 credits, and after a resupply of ammunition and consumables, took away 21,726 credits profit, 2,065 XP times 2 for the first victory, 4,132 for mission completion, and 826 for this being a premium vehicle. Took away 9,089 experience points altogether. That was a really, really good game for 15JG52 Barao Bayraktar. I think anybody would be happy with a game like that in the Fifi. Not everyone has an ace tanker in this Arty yet. You'd be surprised. There's a large number of people who don't. It took me over a year, I think, to actually get an ace tanker, but I finally got one. And of course, I had to get quite a few kills in the meantime to actually get it. But yep, I ended up in a tier 7 game in my tier 5 Arty, and that's when I earned enough XP to actually get the ace. So very well done to 15JG52 Barao Bayraktar, because he got it in the tier 6 game. This was tier 6 one, because obviously there was heavy tanks and the like in there, and they're all tier 6 ones. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.